What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Mid-Level Media channel. This is your hub for everything physical media and entertainment. And guys, today I wanted to take the opportunity to do just a little bit of speculation on what I think, Arrow Video could be releasing in their partnership with Warner Brothers moving forward in the next couple of years. So I brought over a stack of titles that I want to see them tackle. Now, I think one or two of these I don't actually have like physical versions of, but most of these are just regular Blu-ray. Some of these are 4Ks that they're already 4Ks of, but I would still like to see Arrow Video tackle it. Nice new special features, stuff like that. The Warner Brothers Arrow Video deal, like I believe that took place a couple of years ago. It has been very fruitful for us as collectors and Arrow Video enthusiasts. We've gotten a lot of really good stuff. We've gotten stuff like Deep Blue Sea. We've gotten Demolition Man. Most recently, we got Spawn, Cobra, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre films. I think The Man from U.N.C.L.E. last year was also Warner Brothers. So we've been getting a lot of good Warner Brothers titles through this deal. Also New Line Cinema stuff as well, because Warner Brothers acquired them a number of years ago. So we get that stuff also. So yes, in my stack today, I've got New Line stuff and I've also got Warner Brothers stuff. Just wanted to speculate on some titles today, some stuff that I think that Arrow Video could be putting out through their partnership with Warner Brothers, maybe in the next year, maybe in the next 2 years. I think it's very possible that with some of these, they're already working on these. I do. I think we could be seeing announcements in the next couple of months. So maybe one of these gets announced by the time I put this video up. But before we get into it, guys, like, comment, subscribe, turn on bell notifications for all future videos, and let's just go ahead and get right into it. Let's start off with the heavy hitter. This is the one that I think is the most likely to come from them. This thing's going to get announced in the next couple months. I just know it. And that's the Mortal Kombat films. Yes, both of them, because I do not believe that Warner Brothers would let Arrow Video just get away with taking the first one from 1995. I think they would make them take the Annihilation as well and do a double pack, because also, guys, Turtles also was another collaboration with Warner Bros., and that's through New Line as well. That's coming out in December. So they had to take Turtles 3. I don't know if they would have chose to take Turtles 3 if they would have just done a double pack of 1 and 2, but they had to take all 3. And I think if Arrow Video does the Mortal Kombat movies, they're going to do both of them. They're going to do the first one and they're going to do Annihilation in a double pack. This is a no-brainer. It's kind of baffling to me that Warner Bros. Hasn't already done it themselves, and maybe they will be the ones to do it themselves. But I'm kind of feeling like it's going to be an Arrow Video release, and it's going to be that double pack, and you're going to have all kinds of great new special features. We just got the Spawn set, and Spawn came out around the same time as the Mortal Kombat films. They developed them together. Michael Jai White was supposed to be in the original Mortal Kombat film, and they plucked him to be in Spawn. So I really feel like this is coming. Like this is coming very soon. It may be a January announcement. Like I said, guys, Arrow Video is announcing stuff next week as I film this, and it's very possible they announce this for January or maybe February. Or maybe they wait all the way till next May to coincide with the new Mortal Kombat film that's going to be in theaters. I think that's when it comes out next May. But either way, like, this is coming. Like, I feel it in my bones. This a little bit more outside the box, but I could definitely see it happening. Maybe not a US release, maybe like a UK box set or something. But the Final Destination movies, I could 100% see them doing a 4K box set up. Now, we got the new one on 4K, but none of the other Final Destination movies are on 4K, and this is through New Line Cinema. And I think this would be perfect for Arrow Video. They could do a nice box set with all kinds of great artwork. Now, the question then becomes, do they include Bloodline? Or do they just have the first 5? I think you kind of have to have the include Bloodline to make it that complete series, box set. But also, it's not going to be a complete franchise anyway, because they're still going to make more Final Destination films, because the recent one was so freaking successful in the theaters. So I do think, maybe the best route would be the old school Final Destination movies and then do the 1 through 5 for the box set. And then maybe later on down the line, when they release all the Final Destination films, you can do it again and do a bigger box set of all of them. But I do think that Arrow Video would be pretty perfect to do all these films. Now, again, it's very possible Warner Bros. Could be announcing this. They'll put out like a 5-pack of all the movies on 4K or a 6-pack of all the films on 4K. But I do want these movies on 4K. I think that 1 would look great in 4K. I think that parts of 2 would look great. 3 would look phenomenal in 4K. I would love to see that in 4K. But yeah, the Final Destination movies, a nice like box set release. It's been a little bit since, Arrow Video's done like a horror box set release. I think all the way since Critters last year, and that was a UK exclusive. So I would love to see them tackle the Final Destination films and put those out on 4K with all kinds of great new features. That would be fantastic. If they could get Ali Larder, Devon Sawa, like that would be awesome. Now, next up, I want to talk about the new It films. You got It Chapter 1, Chapter 2. I think you could do a nice, double pack box set of these and put some new features on it. Yes, they're newer films, but, Arrow Video's done newer films on 4K, nice 4K editions of those in the past. And I think that this would make a great double pack set. You could do some incredible things with the artwork. I mean, they're going to do Evil Dead Rise, which just came out like 2 years ago. Like, you could do the It films on 4K. Maybe coincide it with, I don't know if there's going to be a second season. Welcome to Derry's getting ready to come out, the TV series on HBO Max. But maybe if they do a second season of that next October, you could put these out next October. Like, that could be a good release or Arrow Video for the Halloween season. So yeah, would definitely love to see these nice box set together. But what you could also do is not only have these two in a box set, but you could also include the 1990 miniseries, which this one would be on 4K for the very first time if you did this one on 4K in this set with these two on 4K, making a nice triple pack of the It movies on 4K. And I love this movie, guys. This is my preferred version of It. I like these two movies right here a lot. I think Bill Skarsgård's great, but Tim Curry as Pennywise, like, that is it for me. You could honestly do a box set of this just by itself. I think it would sell phenomenally well. Like, I think everybody would buy this. If you did a nice box set with some really cool Pennywise artwork on it, Tim Curry Pennywise artwork, you could do so much with it. It would sell like hotcakes. It definitely would. I think you could do both. I think you could do the double pack of these two, and I think you could do this as well by itself. But again, you could do them all together. A nice box set release, and I think it would also sell very well. Next up, guys, I don't think that this one will happen. I'm about 50-50 on this one. I think it's possible. I think maybe it could happen, but I don't know if this one's on their radar at all to do. But Blade Runner on 4K, yeah, this is the 4K right here, but it's the 4K of the final cut. And to my knowledge, maybe in other regions, but this is just a 4K of the final cut, and it's got the Blu-ray in it. It's got the movie on Blu-ray. I mean, it's got multiple discs, but the multiple discs are the Making Blade Runner, then you got Enhancement Archive. I don't even think, I mean, the movie is on Blu-ray in this set, but I don't think they have the alternate. I don't think they have all the different cuts here. I don't think they have the theatrical cut. I don't think they have the director's cut or anything like that. I think it's just the final cut. And what I would like to see Arrow Video do with Blade Runner is, put out a great box set release. I think people would eat that up with all kinds of brand new special features, new commentaries, new visual essays, all that kind of stuff. But you could put out a super duper deluxe release of this and put all the cuts, theatrical cut, director's cut, and the final cut on 4K in that set. Now, maybe there's some hangups there. Maybe Ridley Scott only wants the final cut out there. Like, maybe it's a situation like that. So maybe it's impossible to do that. But like, if you're going to do Blade Runner, go all out. Do that 4-disc set with all the movies on 4K, individual 4Ks for each version of the film. And that would be awesome. I think that fans would definitely eat that up. So yeah, Blade Runner box set would be freaking spectacular. I mean, you could also throw in Blade Runner 2049 and do a box set release of that as well. Now, the rest of the releases I have to talk about are all Blu-rays. I know we talked about some stuff that already has 4Ks, but again, I would love to see them get the Arrow Video treatment. We've seen that in the past, guys, where somebody does a 4K, then Arrow Video does a 4K, and people always tend to gravitate towards whatever Arrow Video is doing, even if it's a re-release of a previous 4K. But all of these have Blu-rays, and I think all of these would make for great, 4K box set editions, or just 4K slipcover editions if you just wanted to do that. But Over the Top, this is one that people, with Stallone, this is one that people have been wanting on 4K for the longest time. I actually think that this would be a perfect release for Vinegar Syndrome in the VSU line. I think this would be an awesome release for them. But because it's Warner Brothers, and it might have been New Line Cinema as well, I think this would be perfect, in the Arrow Video Warner Brothers deal as well. I mean, do all kinds of new special features. They've been working with Stallone, with Demolition Man. So, do some more Stallone movies. Maybe actually get Stallone on this one to talk about Over the Top. Maybe, possibly, probably not. But Over the Top it's super goofy, but it's a lot of fun. I mean, it's an arm wrestling film. It's a fun movie. I think that people would eat this one up. Oh, they just did Cobra as well, guys. So that's another Stallone film. So yeah, Over the Top on 4K, nice either slipcover version or box set edition with plenty of new features. I think that would make for a great Arrow Video release. Then we've got everybody's been wanting this, guys. Interview with the Vampire. This is Warner Brothers. This would be now. I do think that if this happens on 4K, it's probably going to be Warner Brothers to do it themselves. Maybe a slipcover, nice steelbook edition. But if you want to float it Arrow Video's way, I don't think anybody would complain about that. And you could do tons of brand new special features with this. Now, you're not going to get Tom. You're not going to get Brad Pitt to come back and talk about the movie. Maybe Kirsten Dunst would come back and talk about it. Antonio Banderas, probably not. But this is one people have been wanting for the longest time. You can do so many cool things with a box set, with the artwork, and I would love to see Interview with the Vampire come to 4K from Arrow Video for sure. And maybe throw in Queen of the Damned, in there as a bonus feature. I don't think it deserves its own set, but maybe as a bonus feature. Next up, guys, this is one of my personal favorite science fiction films of all time, and I've been calling for this movie to come to 4K for the longest time. I love this movie. I do think that Arrow Video would be perfect to put this one out, but also I could see this one just coming out from Warner Brothers as well. But Contact with Matthew McConaughey and Jodie Foster, I would love to see Arrow Video tackle Contact. You could do so many great visual essays, just deep diving into the themes of this movie and really make a spectacular addition with this film on 4K. And this movie just needs to be on 4K. It is such a spectacular movie visually. I love this film, directed by Robert Zemeckis. Such a great film. So yeah, I would love to see a Arrow Video tackle this one. Nice 4K box set of Contact. Next up, guys, we have got a movie I actually haven't seen, but I do think that people would eat this one up for sure if it got a 4K either box set or slipcover release. But Westworld on 4K. I think that this would be a good one for Arrow Video to tackle. Again, this is one I need to check out. I actually watched the series on HBO, so I am familiar with the story. I've just never watched the original film. I think this one came out in the 70s. And this one was actually directed by Michael Crichton. I knew that he wrote the book. I didn't know he directed the film. And this also might have been, was this a made-for-TV movie as well? Let me know in the comment section. This is one I definitely need to watch at some point, but I do think that Arrow Video would be perfect to put out a Westworld, box set release. This one kind of, I feel like, is along the same lines as like a Barbarella or something like that. So like an older science fiction cult film. So I do think it's perfect for Arrow Video to put that one out on 4K for sure. Next up, guys, another one people have been calling for a very long time. We have The Perfect Storm. And after seeing Poseidon, Arrow Video tackle Poseidon on 4K, I think that this would be perfect for Arrow Video to tackle as well. And this is also Wolfgang Peterson. So, same director. So I feel like this one, I feel like just like Mortal Kombat, I feel like they are working on this one. I really feel like The Perfect Storm will be announced from Arrow Video sometime in the next year or so. But yeah, great film, great disaster film based on a true story. I love this movie. I think it would make a great addition, do all kinds of great new features for this one as well. And we got a few more, guys. So these are not necessarily the most popular of this franchise. But when I was looking at my Blu-ray shelf, both of these had Warner Brothers on the side spine. So they were put out by Warner Brothers. Now, I think that every other film in this franchise is owned by a different studio. But I do think you could do a nice double pack release of these together. And I do think it would sell because there are fans of these movies. I'm not necessarily one of them, but there are fans of these movies. But we have Terminator 3, Rise of the Machines, and Terminator Salvation. So both of these were done by Warner Brothers. Now, this one right here, guys, this is one of my first Blu-rays that I ever bought. I bought this at Walmart back in 2009. It was just when I was getting into buying Blu-rays and testing out that format. But Terminator 3, guys, Rise of the Machines, I've seen this movie once and I hated it. And I watched it back in 2003 when it came out. I despise it. I've never returned to it. Part of me feels like, if Arrow Video put out a nice edition, I watched it in 4K, I may feel differently about it. But Terminator Salvation, saw it in the theaters once. I thought it was super boring, never returned to it. But there are fans of this one as well. And I do think that because they're both Terminator films, if you put these out, nice Arrow Video editions, kind of like the Conan Chronicles set, and maybe you could do it individually, but also together as well. I think it would sell, and you could do some incredible artwork with the T-1000s and just all the different robots and AI and cybernet and all that. You could do some great stuff with the box set artwork on these for sure. And I think they would make, great 4Ks. I think people would be excited to get these movies on 4K. Now, somebody can correct me if I'm wrong. I think the Terminator Salvation may have a 4K in a different region. Hell, it may have a 4K in the States that I'm not familiar with, but I don't think that I don't think either of these have 4Ks in the States just yet. But Terminator Salvation may have one overseas. But I think they would be great together. Nice box set, package them up. Why not put them out? And I think that this is very possible too, that Arrow Video could be working on these. One I wanted to mention a couple. I wanted to mention Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3. Now, I don't have a Blu-ray of that. I've got a DVD of that, but I didn't bring it over here to talk about. But Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3, I think that Arrow Video could tackle, because they've already tackled the second one. They've tackled the two new ones, The Beginning and also TCM 03. And I think that Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3, because it's Warner Brothers, would be perfect for Arrow Video to also do. Then you could do the next generation as well, and they would have like over half of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre franchise in their catalog. Also, The Devil's Advocate is also Warner Brothers. Now, I could see, because they just did Constantine, and that kind of, these movies kind of go together in my mind. They're both got Keanu Reeves. They both deal with heaven and hell, supernatural, like demon, devil situations. But I could see Devil's Advocate also coming out from Arrow Video. I think that would be a great Arrow Video, either box set or slipcover release. I think tons of people will be excited to get The Devil's Advocate on 4K, if not from Warner Brothers, but from Arrow Video. Lots of great new features. I would love it. Now, getting into the last two I got, guys, we have the Book of Eli right here, guys. I would have thought that this one would have already been released on 4K, but I do think that this movie, it's not a super popular film, but it's kind of a movie that came out and I feel like people enjoyed it and then they just kind of forgot about it. I actually watched this movie for the first time a couple of years ago and really enjoyed it. It is a really solid post-apocalyptic film. You got Denzel Washington in this movie, and I think it would make a great 4K as well. I think the visuals in this movie lend themselves to the 4K format, and I think it would look fantastic on 4K. So I think that with this one, I think there's enough people that have enough fond memories with it. If you release this in nice Arrow Video packaging, great new artwork, added a few new features and stuff, and just talked about the legacy of this film, nice booklet with writings of this film, I think it would sell very well. I think that Book of Eli would sell very well. Nice 4K edition from Arrow Video. So I hope that this one is coming out from them in the very near future. I feel like it could. And lastly, guys, this would be along the same lines as the Turtles, triple movie box that they're getting ready to put out, but they've got to be dumb if they're not trying to figure out how to put these movies out together in a box set, because this would sell extraordinarily well. And we got rumors of the second one, because the first one's already got a 4K. It's already got a 4K from Warner Brothers, but we got rumors of the second one coming to 4K like 3 years ago, and it still hasn't happened. So I really feel like Arrow Video is working on it along with the third one. But the Blade trilogy, like, why do we not have the 4K Blade trilogy yet? Like, that's insane to me that they did the first one on 4K, but they never did the second one. To me, that indicates that they had to strike some kind of a deal with Arrow Video, and Arrow Video is currently working on the trilogy of the Blade movies. So, say what you want about Blade Trinity. It's fun. It has its charm to it. It's not a great movie by any means, but it's decent. But Blade 2 is one of the best, action, horror films, whatever you want to call it, of all time to me. I love Blade 2, and I love the first Blade as well. But to have both of those movies and a nice box set on 4K along with the third one, tons of new features, great artwork. Like I said, nice box set, just like the Turtles set, guys. You could do something very similar to that. I think it would be fantastic, and I think people would definitely love to see it. Now, you could say, well, Ken, isn't Blade technically Marvel now, which is also Disney? I do believe that Warner Brothers does retain the rights to these three films because they were put out through Warner Brothers. I could be wrong. There could be some kind of a legal battle there. There could be some kind of trouble there. But I do believe that Warner Brothers still has the rights to these movies to be able to lend or give to Arrow Video to put out a nice edition of. So somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that Blade can still be able to be put out from Warner Brothers. So hopefully that's not true, and Blade isn't with Disney now, because then we'll never see Blade 2 on 4K. Warner Brothers, they have to make this happen. Look, they may want to put some of these out themselves, but I think that all of these deserve that Arrow Video treatment. So Warner Brothers has to do this for Arrow Video. Give them these titles and allow them to put them out for us, for the collectors, because I think all of these, like if they did all of these next year in 2026 and maybe some in 2027, it would be an incredible year again for Arrow Video. And what a deal they struck up doing Warner Bros. And New Line titles, because what an untapped resource with some of these movies, guys. So many movies that people are just dying to get nice additions of, for sure. But let me know in the comment section below, was there some titles I missed? I'm sure there was a lot of stuff I missed. Let me know some stuff that you would like to see from the Warner Brothers New Line catalog from Arrow Video in the comment section below. Also, don't forget to subscribe, like, turn on bell notifications for all future videos, and follow me on all my social media accounts. Those links are down below in the description, and we'll see you next time.